Hey everybody, welcome back to our neck of the woods. So it's Sunday, April 25th or something. I said I didn't want to talk about it or think about the installation anymore up into the attic, but that's because I was using Home Depot's calculator and their calculator was way off. They said I needed over 200 bags up there, which was gonna cost thousands of dollars. But I went to the manufacturer's website and they were able to put in the length times width, but then you could also select your thickness for your R value. And we actually only need about 20 some bags. So it's actually only gonna be about $200 or $300 to do the attic. And Home Depot actually gives you the machine for free if you buy 20 bags or more. So we're gonna go to Home Depot, get that, get Aaron a paper suit because I think we can fit everything up into the attic. So Aaron can push the cellulose down in the machine while I use the hose and we blow it in everywhere, and hopefully we should be able to finish it today. So that's how this video is going to start. Stick with us and we'll be right back. Now, I did want to update you guys on one thing. In the last video, I didn't go over this, but I did install my first ever door. Wasn't too difficult. It's not too heavy. This is a door that we picked up at Menards. It's just a regular 6-panel steel door, nothing special. It was only about $200 some, and as you can see, it says that it's a fire rated door. I don't know if that is code or not, but it was only a couple dollars more than a regular steel door sitting right next to it. So why not have a 20-minute fire door if we can? But so far, like I said, install was pretty easy. We got all of our shims set, which I did cut off already in here. Screw goes through the frame into the shim, and then I got some real long ones, so they go all the way through this 2x12 here, and this frame ain't going anywhere. Now, because this is my first door that I've ever set, I'm really anal and picky on how everything is getting done for air sealing and all that. So what I did, I'm not saying it's right, but what I did is I took off the trim of the door that goes all the way up and around here, and then I spray foamed it from this side and I spray foamed it on the inside. Then, as you can see on this side, I cut the spray foam back, and then I put caulking on it, and I put caulking on this side. So basically, not only is this thermally fixed with some spray foam for an R value, but on the front side and the back side, there is no way bugs are getting in through this door frame. There's no way air is getting in through this door frame. And I did the exact same thing where the window or the door buck meets the ICF. We've got spray foam and everything behind the wood buck meeting the concrete. More spray foam zigzagging down where the window or the door buck is hitting the foam. And then we cut that back. And again, we put caulking on this side and on the outside. And again, there is no way anything is getting through this. The door is 100% straight and level. It closes well. I look down on the bottom. They do come with these extra little pieces of foam right here, because I guess down around the corners you can have a little bit more air leaking. I do see a millimeter of light down there, so if we could get maybe a little bit of a thicker pad, that would cover it. But again, out here in the middle of the night, the garage light's turned on and this door completely shut. I can't see light coming through anywhere. So it is 99.99% sealed besides that little corner there. And then we also got our door handles that we picked. It's kind of like a, it is metal, but it's like a dark bronze with a little bit of gold almost coming through. So these pretty much match our outside sconces, our lights on the outside of the garage. So it's got a dark finish that we would like. And again, it matches with a little bit of color coming through there. Install on this wasn't that easy. The door is cut out that they don't have the acceptor cut out for these. So they said that this is fine. You pop off the rounded kind of plate here and insert this metal plug and then you push that into, if you just have a hole here. Never seen a door that does it like that. Usually they all come with a metal plate, but in the directions it says if your door is cut out as a circle, pop the plate off, insert the metal round plug, and then push it all together, and it looks like it's good to go. It fits well. The only thing that I, again, don't like about it is the key is upside down. It says in the direction that if your key is upside down, that's fine, go ahead and do it, but that's annoying. I like my key with my the sharp parts going up, not down. But again, in the directions, you can't rotate it. The only way the key would have gone right side up is if the door was on the opposite side. The kind of moon-shaped little turn thingy on the inside as it goes through where the plunger goes in and out, it would have to be reversed, and you can't just spin it around and fix it. The key's backwards on the garage in my opinion, but I know a lot of people will probably say the exact same things about outlets. If you look at any outlet direction, all outlets are shown to have the ground actually up top. So for example, this is the way I have always seen outlets in the way that I like it. But again, in the directions, this outlet is actually upside down. They want the ground on the top. And I was noticing that more and more. When you start building stuff, you start seeing the world a little bit differently. And at all of my works, actually, all of the ERs that I work at throughout the hospital, when I go into the bathroom or I'm looking around, I'm like, huh, industrial-wise or commercial-wise, they put all of the grounds on top, not on the bottom like that. So they're doing it right. We're actually doing it wrong. So whether that annoys you or not, again, the door handle to me is upside down, but the manufacturer says you can do it either way. It is what it is. So again, hopefully in the rest of this video or in today, we're gonna go pick up the rest of the insulation. We'll pick up the machine. We'll blow in and completely fill out this attic. And then the only other thing I want to finish out today is this door. We've got to cut back the foam on the other two sides here. We've got to caulk it. We've got to re-put on the brick mold or the trim. And then the only other thing we have to do is we've got to figure out how we're going to finish this out. This is obviously disgusting, nasty wood. I don't want this being seen. So we need to go pick up something that's like 3/8 of an inch thick, maybe like an oak or something, and finish this out to about here. Our drywall will come up to here and meet it, so we'll run it a little bit long, and this will get like stained or something and will look nice and pretty. But I'm happy that it ended up working. Because this is like a 2x10 or 2x12 jam here, the door obviously didn't fit this. And what was really scaring me was if, usually you don't see a door like that where your hinges are so set far in. But luckily this door doesn't hit the jam before it ends up hitting the wall. So the wall is actually the first thing, so it doesn't matter that the hinge isn't maxed out. That door is open as far as it will go. You do lose a little bit of length in here because the door's not opening up more if it was set on a wall where the door could completely open. But again, the door's maxing out before the jam is maxing out. So I got lucky on that one because I was afraid not buying a door with a custom jam depth here, but I don't even know if you could do that. That's, again, I think that's a 2x10 jam. That would be a very expensive door to make that custom jam size. So again, we'll pick out some lumber here to cover all of this up in here, meet it up against here. We'll caulk it up against the factory door jam, and the drywall will cover on this side. So that's two things that I want to do today. So wish us luck. We'll go purchase everything and we'll be right back. Okay, so we are back from the store and here's what we picked up. Blown in insulation from Green Fiber. Now, the reason again why I'm making this video is because I got super excited to know that Home Depot's calculator was off and it's not gonna cost $1,200 to do blown in up there. On Green Fiber's website, it said for 750 square feet, you could only pick down to an R30. So we don't need an R30 up in there because that would make for an R60 above the rock wool and like an R33 up to like an R40 where all the trusses are, whether they be like the 2x4s or the 2x10s. So we don't need that. But even at an R30, for 750 square feet, it said we only needed 29 bags. Well, that's nothing. Home Depot had 3 different kinds. They had the green bag, a red bag, and then like a rainbow colored bag. The rainbow colored and the red, I think the red was more like fire retardant and stuff, and we don't need that. This is already a class 1 fire rated, so I don't know why you have to put more chemicals on stuff, and that's not something that I want to be breathing in when I go up in there if the stuff's floating around in the air, because obviously we've got air channeling going up in there. So didn't want the red bag. The rainbow bag was $17, and it said it had a higher R value and was better, and it actually came in like a 30-pound bag instead of a 25-pound bag, so that kind of saves you a little bit of cost savings anyway because you're getting 5 more pounds, but didn't think I needed that either. So this was the cheap bag at only $8. So again, that calculator saying that we needed 29 bags for an R30, I went ahead and got 24. 24 bags at $8 was only $192. So that got me super excited that I only have to spend under $200 to finish this garage attic now. And from Home Depot, they give you the machine for free if you buy more than 20 bags. So to finish this out today is going to cost us under $200. Hell yeah, that's going to be a hell of a lot better. And I'm going to try and shoot for around 5.5 inches, which will basically be like an R19. So on top of our rock wool, we'll have basically an R49, which will be code even for a house. And on all of our trusses, whether they be 9.5 inches or the 3.5 inches, we'll still be getting over like an R20 at all of the truss spots. So I think this is going to finish out this garage ceiling and make it 100%. Not only is it going to be airtight, but it's also going to be like insulated tight. Now that does bring up a point real quick. I keep seeing in the comments, people keep saying that squirrels and mice and everything are gonna get up into our attic, and guys, that's not the case. I don't know if I have to show you again, but where our soffits are going on the outside, there's no cracks or crevice for animals to get up into. The LP Smart Siding is going to be bolted up against the 2x4, up against the wall there, and along the side. It's going to be put right up against the trim on this side, and then I'm going to silicone and seal it all the way in. So not only can a mouse or a squirrel not get up in there, but bugs can't get up in there either. And I haven't mentioned this yet, but the reason why I say bugs can't even get up in there is, so here's the soffits right here. Here's the little holes that they cut in here, the little slits. And obviously pretty much any bug in the world can get through that size slit. But what we're gonna do is I'm gonna purchase a roll of like window screen. And on the back side of that LP Smart Siding, where those slits are, I'm gonna put a bead of caulking all the way around that hole, cut out a metal screen, and then glue it to the back side of there. So if a bug tries to get up through that slit, they're gonna hit that screen and they can't go any further. So again, not only are we going to be rodent proof because there's nothing for them to get through, but even the soffits are going to be 100% bug proof. The only way a bug's going to get into this garage is obviously through the garage doors. The weather stripping around a garage door on the sides, top, and where it pushes down into the concrete, that's never going to be 100% around the sides or like in the bottom corners. So yeah, we'll get a spider in here or something, but it's not like we're going to get massive traffic flow. And the only way they're going to be able to get up into the attic is going up through the attic hatch. That's the only place that's not going to be 100% air sealed. And bugs are going to want to be in the garage more than the attic. The attic's going to be too hot or it's going to be too cold. So not really worried for anything ever getting up into the attic. So I just wanted to explain that one more time. Nothing's getting up in there. They're not going to chew through the Smart Siding and through whatever we paint the Smart Siding with. It's not going to be attractive for them, whether they feel heat or cold up in that attic or not. It's just not going to happen. So before we get suited up and we finish this off, I do have to build that box around there real quick. So we're gonna head up there, we're gonna grab some 2x4s, we're gonna build a 2x4 wall on the front side and the back side here. We're gonna cut up some plywood, nail it to it like a wall, and that way when we start the blowing in, we know that we can only need to go up like 5 or 6 inches and that we can stop there and the insulation won't be pouring off onto the attic floor.
All right, hopefully you guys can hear me. It's not pretty. It doesn't really matter. It's just so the insulation doesn't come onto the decking here. We still have a few more boards that we have to put in here to kind of double this thickness up so it's a little stronger. Because right now when you do step on these cracks right here, you can hear the open cell kind of moving, so we don't want that. So just a few more pieces up here that we need to cut down. Unfortunately, you can't bring very big pieces through the hole, so that's not really a problem, but it's enough now that we can get the hose. We can start blowing at least 16 inches or so up in here, which is way more than what I plan on doing. I really want to do about 5 or 6. But we're going to get it suited up, get Aaron down in there, and we'll see how fast this goes. But this is at least a nice little space that none of the insulation can come inward or come out. And yeah, I think we should be able to get it done. So hold on, let's suit up and we'll get started. All right, wish us luck. Show her the directions down here. I'll try and yell up there if I need her to start or stop. But I don't know, here goes nothing.
Here we go.
Go. All right, it's going once we figured out how to open the valve up so it actually start flowing. But hopefully you can see it's a kind of a learning curve, a little difficult to see. It blows so much dust in the air, you can't really see what's directly ahead of you. But you can't blow it directly down where you're going because the wind blows it out of the way and it never actually sits. So you kind of have to like arc it at about 5 or 6 feet away and blow it. You can also like shake it back and forth real quick, so you're not constantly blowing the air in one direction. You're kind of fanning it out over everywhere. But as you can see back there, each channel, I'm hitting it really hard in the corners and then kind of moving my way back, hitting it in a channel and then moving my way back. Obviously, as you can see, you can't see any studs anymore. That's just a bat there and a bat there and little scrap here that I didn't want to take out because I didn't want that dust going into the house. Well, got it done. As much complaining as I did, that actually wasn't bad. I didn't mind that. So it was good for me. For you, how was it down there?
It's just annoying because it's so dirty.
But, I mean, you kept up though. Did you have to constantly keep like going faster and faster, or?
It's like a steady, fast pace. I mean, it was never empty, I don't think. Was it getting empty up here? Was it just blowing air?
A couple times, but nothing that I couldn't wait for. When it would slow drip out, it was easy to get something close by, as opposed to when it goes out fast. You're throwing it all the way from the deck, all the way back there, so...
$20 says when you edit this, no one can understand what I'm saying.
No, they can't. I've already tested the last one before I got started, or when I was actually doing it. But, I don't know. We still got a lot of cleaning up. I just swept up here. Got the shop back up here and cleaned all up. But, like I said, you can't see any trusses at all. So, you've got at least 9.5 inches rock wool, including that, because the rock wool is only 7.5 inches, and those trusses are 9.5 inches. So we've got an additional 2 inches at least, plus an inch or two over top of the trusses. So I would say on average throughout everywhere, we got at least 4 or 5 inches. And I think this stuff's about an R3.5 per inch. So that would be an R15 kind of throughout on top of it. So we're looking at least an R45, I would say, on top of the rock wool. And then if you're looking at an R9.5 for the wood truss, and then an additional 2 inches on top of that. I don't know. I think it went okay though. It looks pretty even everywhere. A few spots, like right in there, I've grabbed with my hands and kind of pulled over. Like right here, there's kind of a spot, so... just kind of like that, pulling it over with my hand. But overall, like I said, it looks even. If this was a house, definitely would be throwing in another 4 or 5 inches on top of that. But, I mean, this should work. It should kind of seal all the truss spots now, and all of the gaps, especially around that back wall. That rock wool definitely wasn't getting on that back wall, because not only did you have an 1.5 inch truss, but then you've got those 2x that are an 1.5 inches sitting this way. So you had almost 3 inches back there that nothing was getting touched to the Zip-R. So now that we kind of threw it back in there, it fell back down from the Zip-R down to the truss plate, and kind of filled all that in. So like I said, it's not perfect, but for a garage to say at 50, 55, 60 degrees all winter long, I think this should work freaking awesome. The only other thing we have to finish up is this back right here. We got to put the metal underneath there for that like 3.5 inches. And then I'll just spray foam that with a can of spray foam. And then we'll get the lid on and seal it up, and it should be good. But everywhere in these little pockets, like I said, it should be all good. And yeah, that should be a wrap on today. So we'll see you guys back here tomorrow, trying to figure out something to do. I'm going to finish out that door tonight, like I said, and then we'll go from there. So hang tight. We'll see you guys another day.
All right, everybody. So it's another day. I just got done finishing out the editing on the video, and it turns out like this is going to be an entire video. So I'm going to end this one right here. But today I went ahead and got the inside of that door finished up. I'm waiting on Erin to show me some interior trims that she wants to do, because as I was looking at that video last night, I was like, we don't want to have the inside door trim actually run long to meet the drywall, or it can in that corner. But if we run it a little long, to meet the drywall, it's not going to run beyond that. So we'll put some trim around whatever wood that I put on that inside jamb, and then go up and around some trim. So I want to see what she says for what she wants. So we'll wait on that to actually finish that door out 100%. But for the rest of the day, I started drywalling, mudding, taping. I have no idea what I'm doing. I watched maybe 10 minutes of YouTube videos, and I got what like the pros get. I went with just the regular mud tape, not the mesh. We got the green bucket over here, which apparently has more glue in it. So it actually makes the tape stick, since again, it's not mesh that's actually like sticky. And yeah, I mean, I'm sure I'm gonna be doing more sanding and more work than what your average person would do, or your professional drywaller. But I mean, it's all I can do. I did contact a few people locally, and no one would give me a quote through email or texting or anything. So no clue what it would actually cost to finish out the garage. But this wall over here is going to be kind of my test wall. As you can see, I got my lowers all the way on. I got my little top plate on, and I did upgrade to the 3.5 inch. So we got 3.5 inch MDF going all the way around, and that makes for a much nicer sill. Like for example, I can set a drill on there, 2.5 inches. It would want to kind of fall over. So again, I will try to knock this out in another video coming up and show you guys a little bit more in depth of what I'm doing, and kind of talk you through what I've seen professionals say that they do. But yeah, wish me luck. Hopefully the tape doesn't peel off tomorrow morning and it's still hanging. But I will see you guys next time. If you enjoyed the video, if you wish that our solution was easily fixed up in the attic, yes it was, $200, no problem at all. And we're actually gonna figure out what we're gonna do in the house now. I think I may end up returning all of the rock wool, and I contact my spray foam guy, and he suggested maybe like 1 inch of spray foam up in the house and then blow in the rest. I don't know how that's gonna work with the thermal, like 2/3 ratio, because you need that in a wall. You need like 2/3 spray foam and then insulation. So to do 1 inch and then like an R53 of blown in, that may create condensation up in the attic. I don't know, but I'm gonna figure that out later. Again, may keep this, may end up returning it, I don't know. But if you guys enjoyed the video, like, subscribe, comment as always. Hit us up on Instagram, NeckofTheWoods 2020, if you need to personal message us for anything. And like always, we'll see you guys next time. Take care.